in the room. Okay, let me start to explain a little bit about my journey in Malaysia. I served the Department of Veterinary Services for the past 31 years in several sectors, include enforcement half of my time and half of my journey in DVS as a veterinary surgeon. After 31 years, I decided to take early retirement and move on with my own passion. And this is where I found HSI, where I started my journey in 2021. By then, Malaysia was very difficult because we don't have much player where they have much awareness into cage-free. But we have more than 50 global companies in Malaysia who already committed to their cage-free commitment, and they need to achieve by 2025. So this has been a big challenge in Malaysia, where these companies has been resourcing for cage-free eggs, but what they found in Malaysia is a kampung chicken eggs. And there was only one company with a very small production went into cage-free production by then. So it was a big challenges that we face in Malaysia to kickstart with the cage-free journey. Then slowly we decided to work on the producer. The journey with the producer is another part of difficult, because there is a lot of negative rather than positive for them to move into the industry. So it's kind of a difficult journey in my first year in Malaysia. Then we decided to start with to give the awareness program for the producer itself, to discuss with them, to go and meet them, to talk to them, and see how they can venture into the cage-free in Malaysia. Alright, after that, by surprise, by pursuances of our organization, JDPs comes out with their public policy. And maybe they are mainly a coffee player, without knowingly. In Malaysia, the JDPs also have a lot of egg-based menus. So that was highlighted, and they come out with policy where they need to achieve fully cage-free eggs in their menus by 2027. So this gives a very good positive impact to the country. And we start to work with Ottawa Coffee, and that gives boost to the producers to look into, because they already have demand. And then we start to work with producers. Still, there are small producers coming out with their ideas. They wanted to start with 500, with 1,000, which can never meet the big corporate demand. And we did an event in last year, and then this is where TC came in, and he was in the midst of expansion, and it's good that he has decided to give a thought with cage-free. Then he took the whole survey in his hand. He do a lot of market survey. He went to New Zealand, and then he comes up with a decision that he wants to start with cage-free. So that was the biggest decision, which I would say, because we need this kind of commercial farmer to address to the demand of the the 50 companies which I address. And most of the hospitality industry, which is high-end providers, are all committed to the cage-free. So when I was approaching them, they said that Malaysia is not a country that they will able to achieve their commitment by 2025, because there's no producer. They tried many places. They wanted to procure the cage-free. So with the marriage of TC Poultry Farm and these global companies, this is where the whole idea of starting big goes to TC. It's not a small investment, it's a big investment, and we salute to TC Poultry Farm to take this brave move. If you can see, we have such a big companies which is producing egg and never wanted to move on with the cage breed. And TC has decided to move on. It's a big challenge because he's going to be the first player, and he understands the demand in Malaysia. And the best part of it, when I was talking to him, he has a lot of love for the animal, and he wishes to give them the focus on the welfare. When we explain what is their natural behavior and how actually they're supposed to be kept and taken care, then I think he made the decision. So definitely I'm here to thank TC for his daring move, this will become a benchmark in the country. Some few months ago, there was an article by Benchmark rating Malaysia as the bottom in government supporting the cage-free industry in Malaysia. So that was a big slap for country like us. And this event comes along the way to tell to the public, to give an evidence that we are actually moving towards a welfare concerned community. See, I love a lot, I love welfare a lot because, you know, my last part of my career, I was in animal welfare section. I was involved in enacting the law, Animal Welfare Act, and then enacting the 13 Code of Practice. And then I was involved in going around the country to give a lot of awareness programs. So, which gives me a lot of love when it comes to the animal welfare. And when I choose HSI, that was my path. That was what I wanted to do. But a few years after I went to depression. Whether Malaysia will be able to move, whether we can move the industry, whether is it possible for us to bring? All right, okay. I can shorten my speech because the minister is already here. Sorry, with some boring story. Right. Anyway, I take these opportunities to thank TC Poultry Farm for the brave move, and also the Old Town White Coffee. And now we have another one more giant who has come with their commitment. They have promised by 2030 they will be fully, exclusively sell HPA in their outlet, which is Beacon Mart. So this is all the momentum in the country which will move the other player. What is happening in Malaysia? Why suddenly there's a change? I believe this is what the CVO, Chief Veterinary Officer, has taken this into a special consideration. And I would like to thank to Dr. Hisham Farid because he picked up one of my write-up and also the event, and he posted in his personal Facebook, which captured the attention of the CDO. And I'm very surprised that CDO called him and also called another important department, which is Animal Welfare Section, and asked them to work precisely with HSI to get it. Alright, while the minister is here,
ladies and gentlemen, we proudly announce that